There's a moment that comes after divorce, loss, or a shift in faith that no one really prepares you for. It's not just sadness. It's not just confusion. It's the moment you realize the life you were living is gone, and the person you were inside that life feels gone too. You wake up one day and think, who am I now? Not who I was married to. Not who my community knew me as. Not who I believed I was supposed to be. Just me. Take a second and ask yourself, what part of my identity feels like it disappeared? Most people try to rush past this feeling. They tell themselves they just need to move on. But you don't move on from identity loss. You move through it. Divorce isn't just the loss of a relationship. Loss isn't just losing a person. A faith shift isn't just changing beliefs. It's the loss of who you thought you were allowed to be. Ask yourself, what labels defined me before this happened? What roles gave me a sense of worth or safety? Who was I praised for being? If you feel unanchored right now, nothing is wrong with you. Your old identity structure collapsed. Here's something important. You had roles, but you are not your roles. Spouse is a role. Believer is a role. Caretaker is a role. Your identity existed before those roles, and it still exists now. Try this. Finish this sentence without mentioning anyone else. I am someone who... Notice what comes up. Maybe nothing. Maybe discomfort. Maybe fear. That doesn't mean you're empty. It means you're meeting yourself without definitions. Ask yourself, who was I before I learned who I was supposed to be? Now let's talk about grief. Grief isn't only about the past. It's about the future that will never happen. The marriage you imagined. The family structure you trusted. The certainty your faith once gave you. If you don't grieve that future, you'll keep trying to recreate it somewhere else. Ask yourself, what future am I still holding on to? What dreams hurt too much to name? Say this quietly to yourself. This hurts because it mattered. Asking questions doesn't mean you're broken. Doubt doesn't mean betrayal. Questioning is honesty asking for room to breathe. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Try asking, what is this experience teaching me about myself? What beliefs no longer fit my lived experience? What values still feel true in my body, not just my mind? You are not losing yourself. You're removing what no longer belongs. Now comes a rebuilding. Identity rebuilt from fear looks like people-pleasing. Identity rebuilt from values looks like integrity. Titles don't survive loss. Values do. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be now? How do I want people to feel when they're around me? What behaviors feel aligned with who I am becoming? Identity isn't something you decide once. It's something you practice. Every boundary you hold. Every honest no you say. Every time you choose alignment over approval. That's your identity forming. Here's a hard truth. Some people will miss the old you, not because you were happier, but because you were predictable. Growth feels threatening to people who need you unchanged. Ask yourself, who am I afraid of disappointing? What version of me am I trying to keep alive for others? You are allowed to change. You are allowed to outgrow beliefs. You are allowed to rebuild your identity more than once. If this video put words to something you've been feeling but couldn't explain, that's not an accident. This channel exists for people rebuilding after divorce, loss, trauma, and faith shifts. Not with shame, not with pressure, but with clarity and compassion. If you want conversations that help you understand yourself instead of fixing yourself, like this video so it reaches someone who feels lost but hasn't found the words yet, subscribe or follow this channel, because identity isn't something you lose. It's something you build one honest step at a time.